Get ready, get ready, get ready. Ready, 5'8", 5'8". You gonna see me in your nightmares, son. You gonna see me in your nightmares.
Now a first carry for Latavius Murray. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
On second down, it's Murray. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Ready.
Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5.
53. Hey, exit. Hey, you got 3 down, 3 down.
Breeze now to throw. And he finds Cook. A gain of 7, and they pick up the first.
And a key number on that play, 3. Third play of the drive, 3rd down. Spectacular catch turns into a first down.
First down saves them from a 3 and out.
Kill.
On first down, Murray. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
That was second down run for Murray. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Ready. 5'9". 11. 36. 5'9". Danny. Watch 30. Hey, easy. Not today, you are. Not today.
Now Breeze on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive.
Kill. Kill. 25. Check 25.
They do go for it. It's Breeze. And he's got his tight end. That's Smith. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Ready.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Now Breeze. That's caught. It's Thomas. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. Michael Thomas, who turned 26 in March, now the league's highest paid wideout, signing a 5-year, $100 million extension in late July that will run through 2024.
He's the hot.
And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Saints take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Looks good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. Now Wentz. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
31 yards there and a 1st down. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Running with Howard. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the Saints' 43-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
You better bring. Lefty.
Now Wentz. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
It is tough to complete pass against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now Howard. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 3rd and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. 1st down. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. To throw is Wentz. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it end without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it, and he got it. Into the red zone, Wentz. And he finds Howard complete. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A 16-yard touchdown as they are now on the board here in the 1st half.
And that's another route that defenders would vote to take out of the game.
The wheel route?
Oh, without a doubt. You're just trying to move everybody in one direction. And whether it's a running back or another receiver, as they zip out on the sideline, you've got a problem on your hands.
Yeah, well, the defenders hate it there. It happened, and it resulted in a touchdown.
The Saints take over.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
They keep it on the ground, but this time it's Murray. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Now Breeze. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Give the sack to Fletcher Cox. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
You're good. Ready.
To try again after the sack. Breeze, he'll right into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Breeze picked off by his former teammate, Malcolm Jenkins. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
You're looking there at a defensive back who's maybe a step slower than he was when he came into the league a decade ago. I know I questioned his speed coming into the game, but what he's lost in speed, he's more than made up for it with intellect. And that's a great job of knowing how to position himself to make that interception.
Eli Apple up from his corner spot to make the play. From the 40 now on second down. Wentz. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards. Back to the 33. Now that screen there on second down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying it is one thing. We can second guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize it is broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on third down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
Check 13. Check 13. Out. Watch out. Sunday.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Fans, a reminder, I have a note card here that says ad-lib halftime previews. So I guess let's do just that as we'll hand things over to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando when this one reaches halftime. They do okay?
You did great. Not a bad job.
Hey.
Writing down your ad-libs.
If you print it, I'm going to read it. I'm Brandon Gaudin. 11 yards there, first down.
And an Eagle first down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They run with Howard. Tackle made there by Kiko Alonso.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
This is Howard on second down. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
46 a month. Man.
On first down, they run with Howard. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. On second down now, it's Howard. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now they'll throw it. Wentz escaping the pressure right. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down. This will probably be the last play of the quarter. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. The kick by Elliott is good. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these 2 teams as we come back for this second half. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. Second half will start with a run by Sanders. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20.
47's the mic. 47's the mic. Tight that. Check 3. Swing alpha. Switch it. Hey, check Mike.
On 2nd and 7. Wentz. Ertz over the middle. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 16 yards, a first down.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little game. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, Charles, if you think so far the early part of the preseason, who has stood out? If you take a peek back at the draft, the first round is pretty defensively minded, but there were 3 quarterbacks taken. Kyler Murray first, Daniel Jones 6th, Dwayne Haskins 15th. Of those guys, they look pretty good.
I agree with you, Brandon. When you talk about those 3 quarterbacks, and you're right, the rest of the draft, we're talking about big linemen, right? We're talking about defensive players, not a lot of skill players in the first round. But let's take the quarterbacks very quickly. Kyler Murray, by acclamation, went to Arizona. Everyone excited about it. And I think his team remains excited about his prospects. They're eager to see him play. He became the starter as soon as he was drafted. Daniel Jones, that was a different situation in New York. The fans weren't real excited about him coming in, but the reason they drafted him has a similar demeanor and talent to Eli Manning, and he's acquitting himself quite nicely in the early.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kiko Alonso. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
Well, let's have some fun while we have a minute here. Fantasy drafts are in full swing. I know I've got my family fantasy draft coming up, Charles. Who would be your top 3 picks? I know that you're a noted fantasy football expert, so who would you take?
Well, you've got to start with guys who are going to touch the football and put it in the end zone, right? You got to score points. How about Saquon Barkley with the Giants? You know he's going to run it. He's going to catch it. When they get desperate, they may actually have him return it as well. Alvin Kamara is an absolute matchup nightmare for everyone. And Christian McCaffrey, did he ever come off the field last year? And, you know, this guy, he's a threat to be a 1,000-yard runner and a 1,000-yard receiver, as is Kamara. So this is going to be fun to watch. I can't wait to see those guys do their thing. But there are plenty of other guys out there, too. If Zeke comes along, you got to take him. Melvin Gordon, if they both come to camp, we'll see how that works out. How about Todd Gurley and his health? Because, boy, when he touches the ball, great things usually happen.
And then wondering, someone like Le'Veon Bell took the year off, now a new offense. But if he starts going like he used to, he's obviously going to be a good one.
Fresh legs is what you're counting on with Le'Veon Bell and a fresh start in New York with the Jets. And if you're looking for an exciting rookie, remember this. Kyler Murray's going to get the ball from the first snap.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Fletcher Cox, his 2nd sack of the night. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
you have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
A great return there of 22 yards. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Throwing his Wentz. Blitz coming, and down he goes. A.J. Klein leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast, and a big sack. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
82, bravo.
A give to Howard running left. And he takes it into the end zone across the chalk. Now there is a flag down, but I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand, partner.
Elliott on for the extra point. It's good to make it 17-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Well, Charles, while we have a moment, you know what we need to do here is give a nod to the new Hall of Famers who were brought into Canton and inducted on August the 3rd. Champ Bailey, Pat Bolin, Gil Brandt, Tony Gonzalez, Ty Law, Kevin Mawai, Ed Reed, and Johnny Robinson, all part of the class.
Fantastic class. When you talk about guys who played at the top level, obviously they're Hall of Famers. But what I found interesting about it is you've got a great pass catcher, the best pass-catching tight end in history, in Tony Gonzalez. How would he like to work against this secondary? Champ Bailey and Ty Law at corner, Ed Reed and Johnny Robinson at safety. Good luck trying to get open against those four. What a matchup that would have been. But it was a terrific night for those gentlemen. Congratulations. And, of course, Ed Reed's bust will go down in history because they got the hair exactly right.
And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down. Derek Barnett able to maneuver in for the sack. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Here's Breeze to throw. And his throw is incomplete. He was trying to get it to his running back, Alvin Kamara. But now it's 3rd down.
And we just saw another example. These cornerbacks have played tight coverage all game long. Might start wanting to think about a few double, triple move routes to try and shake their guys free.
Because they have, you're right, they have had no room to breathe. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Go.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. He'll rifle it into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Anderson Dejo. They find some open field here.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Here we go. Waiting. Check 56. Squeeze, double. Wow.
They'll run on first down. It's Howard, and they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Right there. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
Throwing on 2nd down. Wentz. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, this from 34. And Elliott puts this one through. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he is out of bounds here on the return.
At their own 25-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles. Now Wentz going to lead the Eagles up to go for 2.
Check 50. Tyson. 46 down, man. 5-4.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Well, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Shotgun now for Breeze. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Breeze. Fletcher Cox in there to get him yet again. That is his 3rd sack tonight. They can't figure him out. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now Kamara. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now defensively they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. He's got a convoy and he might be gone. 30, 10, 5, touchdown, Philadelphia. Jordan Howard, 79 yards. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. So what was already a game to remember becomes even more so as that touch. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And what is going on here? I've got 3rd down. Screen shows 3rd down, but they've got the punt team out there.
A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest.
It's our field. It's our field.
They'll begin the drive with Howard. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
18 on the play. And an Eagle first down.
Go. Blue 80. Mike 27.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play.
Right there, 56. Let's go, D. Kill.
On first, they go right back to Howard. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's second and 2.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go. For Tokyo. 56 the mic. 56 is the mic. It's going to be a long day. Five. Long day. 56 the mic, boys. 56. Check 56. I hope you Sunday. Shoot. Slam. Recon, 132 fighter.
Oh, look at this. Wentz going to throw. Jeffrey reels it in over the middle. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. Here's Jake Elliott. Career long, by the way, for him, 61 yards. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. Here's Jake Elliott. Career long, by the way, for him, 61 yards. This will be spotted just shy of midfield. A 59-yard attempt. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. So fly, Eagles, fly. It's a victory for Philadelphia. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and hey, come on, guys.
Y'all already know what time it is, huh? Playing skills, you did. Playing skills. Ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole on the wrist, watch how I flip, watch how I whip, I'm in the whip, hole on the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole on the wrist, watch how I flip, watch how I whip, I'm in the whip, hole on the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, I get the money but I never switch. They saying you switch it, you won't get it. You know they came from the bottom and now we is lit. You was lit, I gotta get it, I gotta get it. You hating cause ice on the wrist. But I bet you wanna be famous, They act like they made us, You know I'm icy in Vegas, This for the that hate us, I make a lot of new money, When it's not savers, You be liking my flavor, I think it's cause ice on the wrist, on the wrist, on the wrist. Watch out for that, I never switch, I never switch. I never switch, I never switch. Ice in the wrist, ice in the wrist, ice in the wrist, ice in the wrist, ice in the wrist,
I was legit. Ever since I blew, they all on my hey, back then, didn't know I exist. Don't touch my cup, you know how I sip. Hey, got choked, long, that I made her when I showed out my whip. Hey, spent about 10 on my 50. Ex-slick, then he with the back then, used to out the zip. Blow out his back, then dip. Got a whole party all on the ship. All these 4 things pull out.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in downtown New Orleans. The setting in this dome just serves to amplify the excitement of the folks in New Orleans as their Saints burst from the tunnel a moment ago. They're set, and we're set as well as the Saints get ready to do battle with Carson Wentz and the Philadelphia Eagles. Elliott now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
Ready? 95-56, 95-56.
The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
At the 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. This is Murray. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And they pick up the first down there with a gain of 4. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. Now they'll throw with Breeze. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, 60 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Lutz with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. Here's carry number 1 for Jordan Howard. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. From the 22, Wentz over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
They do go for it. It's Wentz. Eluding the pressure right. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And it'll be a turnover on downs. On first down, Murray. He was brought down by Kamu Grugier-Hill.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
He's going to take a shot for the ends. Cook's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Drew Brees, his second touchdown pass here in the opening quarter of this game. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz good on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
Let's go.
First and 10. They're on the 17-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because
now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone, and his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. So more problems here in this first quarter. Already 2 scores down, and here they give away the football.
And if I'm the head coach, I think it's time to start lighting a fire under some of these guys. Now, you have to do it within your personality. They can't perceive it as fake, but I'd go get after some guys because they don't look ready to play to me. They look flat, uninspired. It's time to get moving.
To throw is Brees. Forced out to his left. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
They'll run on first down. It's Murray. And he's got this one down to the 10. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on first down.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2. They'll run here. It's Murray. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession as they go to work on a foot. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. And certainly some credit there for that touchdown goes to the offensive line.
They never get the
Cut
credit
this goddamn game off Mike McGinnis.
They are the reason
Cut it out,
they
boy.
get the points. Excellent job up front,
Say what?
clearing the way for the score.
After the touchdown,
what's up, 21-0? Nigga, you didn't have me like that, homie. 21-0 on your ass.
In the end zone.
I was surprised that motherfucking impressive shit. I was surprised that goddamn impressive shit. I fucking
about
popped
the
up.
25. Call it the 24-yard line.
Well, wake them up then, Mike. I mean, where they at? Show me. Show me where your skills at, Mike McGinnis. Thought you was finna just run through me. Then you thought you was gonna run and play Dom, run through him. Who do you think you is, nigga? It is. But you know, once I'm on, it's kind of hard to stop. You know what I'm saying? I hadn't played in like a week.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And some dangerous territory. Already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here. An inability to put any points up.
Don't give them nothing.
Be over by half.
That's me.
And what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Here we go, D. All day, defense, all day, all day. Check 43.
On the give, running right is Howard.
Oh, what the fuck? Y'all, man.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 17 yards and a first down for Phil. Nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage.
Good thing, keep going.
First down, but it's not going to get him much. Maybe a yard, and that's all. A.J. Klein on the tackle there. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Throwing now is Wentz.
Where?
Back at the
Where you see this shit at, boy? Just cut it off, bro.
Be a loss of 3.
Go ahead and cut it off,
Mike. That's your best bet right now.
You know what I'm saying?
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
I'm not giving you no option.
Wentz gonna throw.
It ain't a goddamn thing open here, boy. Mike, look at it. Oh, my God.
This is Sanders. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or 2 short. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down. Well, the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on 4th down. They're going to go.
Put the bag down! You dumb fuck!
Boy, this is going
to be close. Get your field goal. That's how you
Mark
play a real nigga like me, Mike McGinnis.
He didn't get there.
Shit.
Big Sheldon Rankins there to bring him down.
Fuck, you want to go for it on 4th down?
So
nigga, you can
1st
get it on
and
me
10
low,
from the
nigga. It's tough
33.
out here, nigga. Big stop, let's go. Shit, you should have knew I was going to buck it down on your fuck
Here's
ass,
Murray
nigga.
now as they
I
run
told
it
you I
to
hadn't
start
played
the
this bitch
drive.
in a while. You know what I'm saying?
This drive starting off on the right
Had to
foot.
get in the rhythm on
18
offensive
yards.
defense, nigga. You know what I'm saying? 1 through 4 is part of it, man. That's how I get down.
Check.
Throwing on 1st down is Breeze. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Still a few inches short of a 1st down as they come up now on 2nd down. A run, it's Murray. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Here we go.
Ah, shit. Yep. I'm past that bitch now just because you said that shit. I don't know who you think you is. Who is you? The Grim Reaper?
You ready?
We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. Breeze now to throw. There goes a deep end zone.
Oh, my God,
6
Smith.
points in his hands
That's a
there.
touchdown.
Couldn't hang on. Second down.
Oh.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he
Oh, where has Mike McGinnis' defense gone?
Second down, a little more
has it
productive
gone?
than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
Check. 50 seconds. Easy, opposite.
Breeze going to try and
Oh, God, I didn't see him.
And down he goes. They sack
I
him
ain't
back right on the
I ain't
41-yard
gotta go for
line.
that.
Fletcher Cox, the former Mississippi State Bulldog, ringing the cowbell there on the sack.
Yeah, it's over with. I know. It's over. I know. It's tough out here, though.
And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they're all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this? This is intercepted. My goodness.
I want you to look pussy ass outside shit to the sideline.
You're trying to get points late in the half.
Fuck,
I
boy, what the hell you
understand
thought?
that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with.
So after the INT, it's Breeze. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
Well, we got a second. We remind you that the Madden Championship Series is back and better than ever. August 30th through September 1st, you can watch the top Madden competitors face off in Arlington, Texas for a total prize pool of $190K. Tune in and watch it, twitch.tv/EAMaddenNFL, 2:30 p.m. Eastern, August 30th and 31st, and then 10:30 a.m. Eastern on September 1st to see if Skimbo can go back-to-back-to-back as a Madden Classic champion.
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. A battle for it here, and this will be caught. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
Lefty. Switch gears. Check nine. Bring it.
Throwing on first is Wentz. Flushed out right. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10.
Bro. That's what I'm thinking you gonna do, man. Damn, just kick that motherfucker. Why you gonna sit here and try to nigga play with brushing his leg?
From the gun, it's Wentz. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
I'm begging, just kick the field goal.
The Eagles into the red zone for the first time. First and 10 right at the 20. Working from the gun, Wentz. This is taken in by Jeffrey. He's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. Alshon Jeffrey in the final seconds of the first half as they are now on the board here in the first half. Elliott good on the extra point, and that'll make it 24-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And they'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up over the 40-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
The final shot before half for Breeze. And Josh Hill has it. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But
and he's taken down here by the Saints. Cameron Jordan wreaking havoc with a sack. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
Run game.
They go counter.
Oh, let's get out of that little run.
This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Yes, he's desperate.
He's crashing. He's checking crash.
Wentz now to throw. Try to lay
it
deep.
Mike McGinnis!
Again his man, complete. And that one results in 35 yards. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that...
Mike McGinnis!
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
They go with Howard again. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. Wentz going to try and throw on 3rd.
Oh, you big! I thought he passed the line.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 17-yard line.
46, boys, 46. 46 to Mike.
Into the red zone. Wentz. Buying time to his left.
Oh, man, follow that ball!
At the 12-yard line. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Bullshit. Go.
Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
This man was a Saint for 3 years. It's Darren Sproles. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A 12-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles get a score closer. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
The Saints take over.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They've got to right the ship. They had a great first half, but the lead has really gone down. Now, you always talk about the adjustment to the adjustment. They've got to adjust right here.
And I think a lot of it is just mentally. Get back to doing what you were doing well in the beginning of the game, but a lot of that is playing with that emotion and that sense of pride and fire that sometimes goes away a little bit when you build up the lead. You think you've got it going, and you also think, at any moment I can go ahead and go back to the way it was before. You and I both know it's not that easy. Once you get off the gas a little.
Yeah, they don't want to see this lead diminish anymore.
At the 47-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. On the ground, this is Kamara. And an alley to run. 20, 10. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the 3rd quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half that's getting this done, it's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They did what they had to do to start this 3rd quarter. Went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
Yeah, the Saints signal for another timeout. And that's going to leave them with just one timeout remaining still in the 3rd quarter. We'll see. If that comes back to haunt him. We'll be back.
Pac-Man.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
It's Great 57. Check.
Slam. Check.
Friend.
To throw again on second down. Wentz. Flush to his right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Cameron Jordan able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack.
47.
Shotgun now for Wentz. He's got a first down past the 30. This is caught by Jackson. And all the way up to the 35-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Help me out, partner. Did they use up all their juice on second down when they got the sack? Because on third down, zero pressure all the time in the world, and he picks up the first down with that throw.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. And a big loss here as he's taken down. A.J. Klein, excellent job on that play. A big loss, 18 yards.
Hey, high 7.
Bandit. Mike 22, he's coming. 22's coming. Mike. Here we go. Mike 22. We don't want this. Mike 22, he's coming. 22's coming. Mike. They can't hang with us.
After the sack on first down, Wentz escaping the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line.
The Saints take over 1st and 10.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Now, that turnover might just about do it here. 4th quarter, the lead that you've got, they can just run the football, run the clock.
Exactly right. They played smart, couple of first downs, and this one should just about be over.
Now, a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. And the incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step one. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still 3-score game, though, 4th quarter. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Try to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Looking deep. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Zach Ertz, 51 yards. And the Eagles make some inroads here on that deficit.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
At the 21-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
You don't want none.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Kamara. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Ready, 95, 56, 95, 56. Hey, kill. Bang, 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 bang. 53.
And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. And that'll set them back 5. Delay of game penalty ships them back 5 yards, makes it 3rd and 10.
Here we go. 11. Kill. 36 to Mike. Man, that's trash. Mike, 36.
From the gun, it's Breeze. Caught on the left side by Ginn. And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. And here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. With it is Jackson. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Wentz now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Cameron Jordan bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight. Another try after the first down sack. Wentz caught right side. It's Jeffrey. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Wentz now on 1st down. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10.
Empty.
Wentz to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. To throw is Wentz. Now a leaping catch. He's got it. An Eagle 1st down. Wentz hooking up with Jeffrey. Of course, remember, you need a touchdown here and a field goal.
It doesn't matter the order, but they have to get it done and get it done fast.
Here we go.
Back to throw. Wentz steps away to his left. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Now Wentz. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. Good coverage that time by Patrick Robinson.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
Second down and goal. Wentz. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
The Eagles will take their third and final timeout as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They run it again with Kamara. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college, and how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee, and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up.
And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
Now Breeze will bring the Saints offense up to go for 2 here. Breeze to throw. Whoa, what happened there? No good. Off the crossbar, and it comes back. A very poor effort from PAT distance. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back, and then score again. But they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly. Then they'll take it from there.
And this one is right down Broadway. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason.
Hey, Zoo.
Breeze is looking to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Breeze picked off by his former teammate, Malcolm Jenkins. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They have time here, partner, for just one final heave.
And I have to look at it from the defense's perspective here. We know what they're going to do on offense. The Hail Mary, try and get guys down there and throw it in the end zone, tip it around.
And this will be caught at the 30. And they're going to score. A long touchdown. No flags. No time remaining. And they're an extra point away from winning the game.